Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Wrath of the Righteous with me, Bring It Down. Let's return to Drezen, the streets of Drezen, so we can sell stuff. And then we'll take care of some housekeeping before we go to the Desolate Hovel. I think that's what it's called, or Desolate Hut.
I'm always ready.
I don't think there was anything I wanted to keep. Maybe on this side. We can always give this to Darren. I don't remember if she had... She does, okay. So we don't need those. Actually, that might be useful in one of the animal companions. Along with this on Bismuth. Possibly. I don't know what he has equipped. We could give that to Nenio. I'd say this is better. It's unlikely she ever casts Grease in combat when she has Weird and Phantasmal Killer available. And if she gets Weird off the beginning of combat, most of, if not the entire mob, will be killed right off the bat, so... Initiative is a little more important on her than that. And +2 stuff just isn't very useful anymore. I don't think this benefits anybody in the party. This would be really good in the first game, Kingmaker, because you have an undead companion. It really seems like something that is meant for the Lich Mythic path. That robe could be of use to somebody. Oh, Heart of the Device. A crystal that serves as a powerful energy source. It was once the core of the sinister device created by the Technomancer Hundredface. But the commander of the Crusade destroyed that abominable machine and took the heart of the device as his trophy. I don't remember you getting that. But neat. So... And swap this out. Or... Yep, let's go do that. What does Woljif have equipped? Oh, I think that's fine. Since he is a semi-frontliner. A second liner. So we get rid of that. Oh, that is valued more, isn't it? I guess, no, I didn't try to sell the other robe. That doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter. Let's swap out that. What does Socio have equipped? Okay, we can do better. Actually, while we're on Darren, we can have that. Then Socio can have healing spells. Plus, the bonus of concentration checks is important for Socio since he is in melee. I mean, he has a reach weapon, but he's still in melee. And let's make sure that Bismuth and Sunshine have retained their items. Keep getting he can cast Heroism. But, more importantly, No, he has armor equipped, so that wouldn't matter. Bismuth. Lost all of his stuff. That's why all this stuff is here. I sold all the belts too. I hate how he gets unequipped every now and then. Or she. Like somewhere I read it was... Bismuth is a she. But what do I know? I'm not a dinosaurologist. Alright, let's level up our remaining companions. We'll start with Grey Boar. Assassin, he gets poison use increased duration. At 3rd, 6th, and 8th levels, the duration of the assassin's poisons increases by 1 round. Athletics, mobility, stealth, and perception. He's dual wielding. I do want to make a shield bash build with him at some point, not this playthrough. Improved initiative might be good on him, since he wants to get, well, one, try to stealth, so he can use his assassin abilities, but also get steady target off sooner. I don't think it really matters. We also get an extra Slayer talent, which should make He already has that. He's not high enough. Slayer. That's lame. Okay. So it might be more beneficial if I do the dual wielding. Obviously not to go Assassin, just stick with Slayer. Because Slayer, like Ranger, can get all the 2-weapon fighting feats without having to go heavily into Dexterity. Anyway, back to what we're doing. Lunge would be good for him, actually, because he's fairly squishy. So having a dual wielder on the second line is pretty good. Adarushalai gets favorite enemy and favorite enemy. Mobility, trickery, stealth, knowledge arcana, perception, and knowledge world. He's learning. Snapshot, sure. Favorite enemies, demons of strength. And we'll continue with demons of magic so she can kind of pick them off. That's what we've been picking, right? That's what she has over here. Now, it's important to note that if you don't get her early at Drezen, when you first start sieging it, she starts at a higher level when you do get her after the siege of Drezen. And these slots will be filled by favorite enemy humans, I think. So, she'll be a little less optimal. Though you do fight plenty of humans in the cultist ranks, but the demons are a bigger threat. Alright, level 10 Hell Knight. Hell's Knight. At 10th level, a Hell Knight can grant a weapon he wields one of the following special abilities. Axiomatic, Flaming Burst, or Unholy. Additionally, Hell Knight becomes immune to fire while wearing armor. Knowledge Arcana, Lore Religion. Sure. Heavy Armor Focus, extra armor class for frontline guy. Does he have Lunge yet? In all caps. He said angrily. Oh, sorry, no, he said calmly. Alright, Darren gets a feat and Revelation. A Revelation. Knowledge Arcana, Knowledge World, use Magic Device. And guess what we're going? Extra Channel Oracle. I'll be. Combat Healer, sure. Whenever you cast a cure spell, a spell with cure in its name, as you could probably guess, you can guess it. You can cast it as a swift action, as if using the Quicken spell feat by expending 2 spell slots. This does not increase the level of the spell. You can use this ability once per day at 7th level, and 1 additional time per day for every 4 levels beyond 7th. Must be at least 7th level to select this revelation as a battle mystery revelation. And we want more summons, which he does not have. A Pillar of Life. Why not? Dispel Magic Greater might be worth it. Summon Greater Elemental. Nenio, a feat, and Wizard bonus feat. Because unbeknownst to the lay people, wizards actually have 4 feet, not just 2. Spell Focus, we already have that. Don't need Arcane Armor Training or Point Blank Shot. I think we have... So we have everything we need. Improved Initiative. We could go with... I already have Persistent. I don't really need more meta magic. Persistent's usually enough for Nenio. So combat casting might be worth it. Especially later on. So Nenio has this nasty habit if she has a quarterstaff equipped. Even if you have the cantrip right-clicked to constantly cast, she'll run into melee range all the time to use her quarterstaff instead. Because she's super smart. Ember also has a similar problem doing that. Which is unfortunate. So having this might not be the worst idea. She has to cast a spell to get out of dodge. There's also the, I forget their names. The demons that, name starts with a P. They look like a creepy Slenderman type thing. They'll teleport to the back line. Especially if you play the DLC Inevitable Excess. I think Nenio died in every single fight in my playthrough of that, so... Let's do combat casting. You're adept at spell casting when threatened or distracted. You get a +4 bonus on concentration checks made to cast a spell or use a spell-like ability. And... I don't think I ever have her dispel anything. Oh, neat. Spell specialization, what does this do? I'll show you cast the levels being higher. So... What sucks is you can't actually look at the spells. Because not every spell just like scales with caster level. I don't think Phantasmal Killer does. I think it's just based on... There's something about Phantasmal Killer and this feat. Let's grab it. It doesn't really matter. You can always change it next time. Not a huge deal. Alright, Scintillating Pattern and Shadow Evocation Greater. Just more illusion spells, because that's her whole shtick. Then Ember gets a feat. Knowledge Arcana, Lore Religion, Use Magic Device, and Perception. She had... No. Here it is. Arcane Focus. Some elven families have such long traditions of producing wizards and other arcane spellcasters that they raise their children with the assumption each is destined to be a powerful magic user, with little need for mundane concerns such as skills with weapons. Or skill, sorry, singular. Elves with this racial trait gain a +2 racial bonus on concentration checks made to cast spells defensively, and a +1 bonus on caster level checks to overcome spell resistance. And... I feel like Baleful Polymorph kind of fits Ember's shtick. Turning them into a dog instead of killing them is like, it seems part of the course for her. Let's do Mind Fog instead because it is enchantment. And that's how she's being built. Enchantment, enchantment, enchantment. Oh man, I forgot his name. Sandal from Dragon Age Origins. Enchantment. I don't see any enchantments here, so Hellfire Ray. The next best thing. Insanity, I guess, here. Actually, Powered Blind might be worth it, because instead of being like an actual hostile spell, oops, a way to disable the enemy without killing them. Oh, nope, whole person... Son of a gun. Oh, we already know it. Never mind. Alright, Power Word Blind. Alright, let's slot our spells. Really stand out. Another Hurricane Bow. Why not? Alright, should be back on track. Let's head into the Citadel. Well, let's stop by the Storyteller first. I don't think we found... Oh, no, I think there are Elven notes in Blackwater.
I'm gone.
Alright. Some housekeeping done. We have more to do with the Crusade. After we do the Desolate Hut or Hovel, whichever it may be, we will probably come back and just waste time until we're done with a lot of the decrees I'm waiting to do before we proceed to the next step. So a lot of housekeeping coming up. A lot of skipping time, a lot of looking at menus, you know, all the good stuff. Defending ourselves against encroaching demon armies, or an army of thieves. A large group of suspicious individuals has arrived at the gates of Drezen. They wish to join the Crusade. Officers have recognized a number of thieves and murderers among their ranks, and it seems that the newcomers are only interested in spoils of war. Should they be accepted? Yeah, we can just arrest them and get convicts, which is terrible. What does raising heroes do? Hey, 6 paladins and 8 marksmen, yeah. Yeah, everyone deserves a chance at redemption, so accept and take care of them. I'm sure this is Ember's choice. I guess the Lich kills them and raises them as undead. Oh no, it's Arushalai. Arushalai is certain that service in the Crusade reforms thieves, so she has assigned experienced officers to guide them. Along with combat training, they teach the bandits about honor and valor. I'm sure the actual units you get here, well, it may not change, but it's possible it is dependent on what your upgrades were. So we got marksmen from Regel's Choice and paladins from Sila's Choice. Alright, diplomatic connections. Huzzah. I guess we'll do that first. What are we working on? I would just have... Everything's just diplomacy at the moment. That's... okay. Well, we'll rest up and then I guess talk to a good old Konomi again. Sorry, Lady Konomi. Not rest here. I'm the Knight Commander. Can't tell me what to do. We should stop at the Murky Grotto and buy some more cooking materials.
You know, I wonder, are you always such a nightmare, or are you making an exception just for us rabble? You probably act differently around highborn folk.
You're quite mistaken, my scaled friend. I don't treat people like dirt because they are of a lower station than I am. I simply treat people like dirt. All of them.
Right on, Darren. The true hero of the Crusade has arrived. Commander, the capital needs you to take decisive action. There's been a major scandal. The nation of Andoran, our diplomatic partner, has sent its army to help the Crusade. However, this apparently generous gesture is nothing more than political provocation. The Andorans want to prevent the emerging rapprochement between Mendev and Cheliax, of which I previously informed you. They deliberately sent their army to our territory without seeking Nerosian's approval. If Mendev accepts this help, it will cool our relations with Eisger and their suzerain, Cheliax. Royal Council Common, that is to say, expects you to reject Andoran aid. Direct them toward Her Majesty's court. They're welcome to negotiate with the capital. Unfortunately, we can't disregard the decision made by Her Majesty and her council. Socio pauses, then suddenly gives you a sly smile. But those Andorans didn't come here empty-handed. They brought weapons and supplies. Let them share those with us, since Nerosian forbids them from joining our army. Darren regards Lady Kenomi with feigned disapproval. Come now, Lady Kenomi. All the suspicion. I'm sure that the Andorans are driven by nothing more than benevolence and concern for our collective future. We simply must accept them like dear friends. We should send the Andorans back home, instead of to Nerosian, and declare as loudly as possible that we disapprove of their underhanded methods. Otherwise, our capital's diplomats will see it as an opportunity to strike a few deals and sweep the whole scandal under the rug. And that's not right. Vile deeds should be exposed, not hidden. The whole deal's about them being Andorans. They should just stop being them. Take down the banners, call themselves mercenaries. Problem solved. But what's the gist of this political conflict? Eisger is a protectorate of Cheliax, and Andoran and Cheliax have a long history of feuds. For the Andorans, the highest values are freedom and equality, and for the Chelaxians, it's order and hierarchy. It's as if the two countries are made to be at odds. The fact they are both allied with Mendev doesn't stop them from settling scores at any opportunity. For the time being, Nerosian considers it more advantageous to cooperate with Igorian, the capital of Cheliax. No one is cutting ties with Andoran. No. It's just that the relations have cooled somewhat. It's a common occurrence in the politics of major powers. That is why Nerosian insisted on you inviting Eisger, Cheliax's protectorate. When you accepted their forces, the Andorans resorted to a provocation. Either Nerosian receives their help, incurring Igorian's discontent, or risks a diplomatic row. The Royal Council chose the row. Let's see what the Council has to say. Hopefully the advice you're about to hear won't lead to an undesirable war. I mean, we're already in an undesirable war. Socio, what solution do you propose? I come from Andoran myself, and as Shaylin is my witness, I wish I could offer another solution. We have sworn an oath to Her Majesty. If the Nerosian doesn't wish to see Andoran troops in Drezen, we have no right to invite them. But no one can forbid us from accepting their help in the form of weapons and supplies. After all, this war is not just some political conflict. This is a battle for the fate of Galarian. Everyone is entitled to do their part. With touching bashfulness, you're proposing we behave like the daughter of a noble family who wants to give herself to a dashing bard, but keep her maiden honor. Darren, are you sure we should accept Andoran's help? Does it become us to reject the aid of our valiant allies, who are on their way here to share the burden of this holy war? I sense the sins of pride, envy, and, yes, a whiff of covetousness too, coming from the direction of Nerosian. But there can be no place for sin on a crusade. Lady Kenomi shudders pointedly. Don't forget about the sin of slander, Count. Enough tomfoolery. Your jest will lead to diplomatic disaster. Perhaps, perhaps not. One thing I can say for sure, this was a bold move by Andoran. They're willing to invest much in this cause, our cause. I see no reason to refuse. I was never fond of Cheliax anyway. I don't like their practices, or their wine. Lan, is it a good idea to rebuke those who send us troops? The longer I sit on this council, the harder it is for me to figure out which demons we're supposed to defeat. The ones on the front lines, or the ones we're protecting? How can people think about plots and intrigues when the world hangs in the balance? I don't have much faith in the integrity of Nerosian's bureaucrats. Which is why I'm suggesting that we treat the Andorans in a way that will make it clear. We won't stand for being used. If you want to help, then do it decently. And if you want to scheme, just go home. We'll discourage wily opportunists, but win the respect of those who value honesty and decency. The politicians may be at fault here. But what is the soldiers' crime? They're prepared to risk their lives to defend Galarian, and they're certainly not looking to gain anything from this war. Is it just to punish them for the actions of their leaders? With logic like that, we shouldn't be surprised when people start to judge us by the deeds of Nerosian's bureaucracy. Woljev, what are you saying about mercenaries? I know a guy or two with connections in merc circles. A bit creepy, but they keep their word. It'll take 5 minutes for him to turn an Andoran army into a mercenary company. They'll dig up some distinguished name of some currently retired group, fix you up with the banners and the uniforms, and record the company's arrival in the books of the local mercenary guild. Even the fussiest clerk won't realize they're not well-respected dogs of war, but a detachment of Andoran regulars. And just like that, under neutral banners, we accepted our new friends into our army. Clever, eh? It's crooked, not clever. The soldier doesn't care under which banners to fight, then they're not a soldier, just your average cutthroat. If the Andorans agree to something like this, our respect for them will plummet. It's not high as it is. I mean, they don't need your respect, land. They just need to fight this war. I feel like land was an odd choice to disagree with this, but Lady Kenomi, why do I refuse Andoran's help? Firstly, because it is the wish of the capital. Lady Kenomi falls silent for a few moments, letting the weight of her argument sink in. It didn't. And secondly, you do understand that this situation is larger, more complex than what you can see from Drezen. It would be inconvenient for us to quarrel Cheliax at the moment, and Andoran is pushing us to do exactly that. I can promise you that Mendev will compensate you for your losses. We're guided not by consideration of our own benefit, but of the good of your army and the entire Crusade. Nuh-uh, no dice. When they give you something, you take it, especially freebies. Don't bother feeding us that garbage about compensating us later. The authorities do it whenever it's fleecing time, and then what? The people get nothing back. Compensating my tail. I have no more questions. In that case, help you make the correct decision. So Socio will give us 6,000 finance points, and all these guys will get the Andoran equipment feat. Plus 3% bonus to maximum HP. The Andoran army will give us 28 hedge knights. We'll get excellent horses for our cavalry. A unit has a plus 3 bonus to armor class. Land will get 45 rangers, and our ranged units will get the Aizgari training feat. An opponent damaged by this unit makes a fortitude saving throw. Failing at a saving throw applies a -2 penalty to armor class and all saving throws. Woljev gives us 28 hedge knights and attracted by fame feat. A unit has a +1 bonus to armor class on all saving throws. Is that for all mercenary units? Lady Kenomi will give us 10 cuirassiers, 30 champions, and 30 marksmen. And Crusade morale goes up by 20. Roleplay wise, I mean, honestly, as a lawful good paladin, I should probably be listening to Lady Kenomi more. Socios is a good loophole, I think, for the lawful goodness. I'm still siding with Galfrey, but accepting what aid I can. Personally, though, especially as a war-weary paladin, I feel like either 5 or 6 would be best. Because lawful, I think lawful stupid would be 7, just lawful's 3, but more level-headed and spiteful. So I could see my paladin getting tired of the politics because we're waging a war. So I might go with option 5, because even I don't want the rangers though. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with Socio on this one. Because it seems to be what's siding with Galfrey, and that is who we're trying to romance. Even though these choices have nothing to do with that romance, it won't impact it at all. Roleplay-wise, I think it would. So Socio, how the Andorans will accept their weapons and supplies, but not the soldiers. Commander, you've already demonstrated your defiance of the Royal Council. Do not cross the line that separates defiance from an open attack on Mendev's interests. The Royal Council will not forgive you for it. Is that a threat? Merely a warning. Your actions, on the other hand, are indeed threatening to Mendev. Her Majesty has entrusted her kingdom to the Royal Council. It is their duty to oppose those who hurt her interests. By turning them against you, you have no choice but to start hurting you. The decision has been made, and it's final. Lady Kenobi's hand twitches in frustration. There will be consequences. Severe and unpleasant consequences. Will do. The Andorans won't be glad to hear it, of course, but they'll understand. And our warriors could use new blades and armor. That will be all. Hope you're all pleased with the work of the Diplomatic Council. I doubt that the capital will henceforth be inclined to involve you in matters of politics, Commander. You may give your demon war your undivided attention. Good. That's what I'm trying to do. That's been the plan the entire time. Alright. The fate of the wicked dope. A skilled craftsman can do some work on the relic. Sure. Raising heroes. Yeah. An army of thieves wishes to join the Crusade. Among the Crusaders, they can let go of their dishonorable habits and become true heroes. Alright, so I think next time we'll start heading towards the desolate hut and or hovel. And mosey our way on out of here. But I won't go to the Ivory Sanctum until all of the relics have been processed for upgrades. Alright, I'm going to call it here for now. Next time we're going to head down here to the Desolate Hovel. So I was right the first time. Take care of that. Then a bunch of housekeeping, followed by the Ivory Sanctum. But for now, thanks for watching. I hope to see you guys in the... Hold on. Before I forget. Back up here. Alright, I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one.